so for this drill, working on the full swing, what we're going to be doing today is trying to get more of that rotation with you. We worked on a little bit of that ball position, coming more back in the stance, especially with more of like our mid irons, more towards the middle of our stance as opposed to too far forward, almost like where our woods kind of are supposed to belong. So we have the ball a little more back in the stance, narrower stance with that. And what we're going to do today, with all those things in regards to our pre-shot routine, what we're going to work on is that full rotation around our body to the follow-through.
Okay, gotcha.
So go ahead and hit one for me.
Okay.
Beauty. So what we worked on there, what we worked on previously was I had this alignment stick up against your hip, if anything a little bit in front of it. And what that does is that enforces us, that encourages us to give a full turn of our body. We got that full turn, and we want to try to get our hip to touch that alignment stick on that follow through. So something we're going to work on now is...
Yeah, I mean, I think that was pretty parallel, perpendicular to it.
Right.
So that does work.
So what we're going to work on now, if you want to take this, just put it on me for a second. Something we're going to work on now, is I put it a little bit more behind you, so it's one thing to actually bump the hip and bump the hip against the alignment stick.
Okay.
But now, what we're going to want to do is, I'm going to put this in between your belt loops.
Okay.
We're going to get that, I put it a little bit behind you, so when we come around, if you want to turn around this way, I'll have you come around and face me. And back up a little bit. Good. Okay, back up so we're going to get the video here. Sorry.
Yep.
And so what we're going to do is, when we come through, I'm taking my setup, and when I go through my swing, our goal, when we come through that ball, is I still want to bump the hip, right?
Yep.
And what's going to show us that we do that is when I turn, I'm bumping this alignment stick.
Gotcha.
We want to try to make the end of this touch that on the follow through, and that shows us we make the full rotation and facing the target.
Gotcha.
When we come through the ball, okay?
Okay.
I'm going to have you hit from there. Let's get this belt here. Have you tuck that in. Good. Perfect, just right in the middle, love it.
Okay.
Alright, so I'll go ahead and have you take your setup from here. We're going to be going, good. And so, feel free to, we'll do it without a ball first.
Okay.
We'll do it without a ball first, but the big thing is I want you to feel yourself on a practice swing, bump that, make those alignment sticks touch, okay? Good. And then way to hold the finish, perfect.
Yep.
That full wrap around, that's what we're looking for, good.
Okay.
Do one more practice swing and then we'll have you set up with the ball, okay? Good, and you can hear it, right? You can hear that clank. That's the sound we want to hear when we hit the ball too. Perfect, so let's go ahead and set up with the ball.
Okay.
Pretty much in the same spot we were hitting, good. So we know that if we don't do the full rotation, we tend to get a little armsy with it, and this doesn't get behind us, right, to touch that. Good.
Right.
So that same motion right there is what we're going to feel coming through the ball.
Okay.
Good. Got the rotation, a little off balance there. It kind of fell a little behind us, but that's okay.
I was more conscious of the stick.
Right. And that's okay though. That's okay to be thinking about that because you did your job for me. That's what we want to see, is you still touching those alignment sticks. A little bit better, good. Remember, keep that stance a little bit narrower. I'm going to put that there for you. Remember, we're going to have that stance a little narrow. Good. Ball position pretty much right up in line with our belt buckle to the collar of our shirt. Do one more. You're good. You're fine. Trust me, I know it's a different feeling. It feels a little weird when you have a alignment stick in between your belt, you know? It's never a comfortable feeling, but you're making them touch and doing your job. That's all I can ask. That was better. Good. And so the point of this drill is even if you have some alignment sticks yourself, We can set that one in the ground. This one is a good one I want you to try to focus on to actually give you that reassurance that you're making the full turn.
Yep.
And then from there you could even take this out and set that alignment stick parallel with your hip here at setup.
Okay.
And then you'll be able to know that I'm either bumping that alignment stick that's in line with my hip, or if I put this in between my belt loop, when I make my full turn, it's clanking that alignment stick through. Perfect. Let's do one more to finish up. It's all right. One more. I know it's a little off balance because you're trying to feel like you're exaggerating it, right? It's all right. A little bit better, getting a little bit better, but the point of this drill, again, we're going to work on that body rotation, and now we'll take those out. Because like I said, you've touched the alignment sticks every time. Right? You've made them touch every time, which I know you're doing your job with the full rotation of the lower body. So what we'll do now, I'll take it out. And that'll be a good drill for us to work on. Go ahead and swing away without them. It's alright, I know it feels a little uncomfortable. Do a practice swing reset. There we go. Good. And that full turn. Good.
Yeah.
Foot comes up. Much better. Don't worry, we'll keep grinding on the drill. I know it feels uncomfortable, but that's going to be what we're going to kind of work on as we progress through, alright?